A changing of the guard at the Pebble Beach company today. Longtime CEO Bill Pieracchi is retiring. Pieracchi was instrumental in putting together the deal to buy Pebble Beach from a Japanese company back in 1999. He was then asked to stay on as CEO. He agreed to do it for a short time. That turned into more than 2 decades. As he sets his sights on retirement, I got a chance to talk to him about the highs and lows of running one of the most iconic resorts on the planet. Pebble Beach is back. Tee times are full, the resorts are bustling.
Has anybody played here before? Yep. Okay, great. Well, welcome back.
And most of Pebble's 1,700 employees are back at work.
It's incredible. We have never been busier than we are right now.
And that brings a smile to retiring CEO Bill Pieracchi. In his 22 years at the helm of the Pebble Beach company, he has seen other challenging times. The aftermath of 9/11, the recession of 2008, both devastating for the hospitality business. But the pandemic was in a class alone. He worried most about his employees.
It was one of the most difficult years of my life. We have 1,700 employees, and you're worried about them and their families, and how they can pay their rent, how they can pay for to put food on the table, and at one point in time we only had 300 employees working out of the 1,700, and so we tried to do everything we could for our employees.
And that included furloughs instead of layoffs, maintaining health benefits, subsidies when possible. And now, as Pebble emerges from COVID, seemingly as healthy as ever, Pieracchi has a little bit of breathing room to reflect on the accomplishments of 2 decades. $500 million in capital improvements, room renovations, new rooms along Fairway 1, a new visitor center, new range and golf academy, and the Tiger Woods redesign of the short course, taking advantage of those spectacular views. And then, of course, there were all the glitz and glamour moments. 3 U.S. Opens.
2000 Open was my first Open, witnessing Tiger Woods, the greatest single performance I've ever witnessed in my life. The interesting thing about 2010 is, we had, at least the team that we had just, we had done it before in 2000. So like from an operations perspective, from a transportation perspective, things just went a lot smoother. Everything came together for us again operationally in 2019. We had record ticket sales. Just the awareness that you have, that you're part of something special. As we turn Little Pebble Beach into a city, that hosts this huge event with 250,000 people. I think because I had been through 2 other Opens, I was able to take more of it in 2019. And so they were all special.
Did you have an inkling in 2019 that was your last U.S. Open?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
U.S. Opens, amateurs, car shows, food and wine, 22 AT&T Pro-Ams, all pretty heady stuff. Pieracchi is also proud of the millions raised for nonprofits. From the Pebble Beach Company Foundation to the Boys and Girls Club, Pieracchi has never forgotten his roots.
What coaches and teachers and mentors do for kids is, you can't measure that, and it had a tremendous impact on me.
Now it's his turn. He's looking forward to more volunteering, mentoring, maybe even a little coaching. It's also why he loves to see this. Kids playing the hay, the newly designed Par 3 course, a place where kids under 12 still play for free.
I grew up in the projects, and I grew up in Lawrence, Mass, which is one of the poorest cities in New England. So to have the opportunity to be a part of something so special is not anything I ever would have dreamed of as a kid. So yeah, I consider myself pretty fortunate.
Never lost that Boston accent. Pieracchi and his wife Nancy plan on spending part of the year on the East Coast, where they both still have a lot of family. But for most of the year, they will be in Pebble Beach. Pieracchi will remain involved with the company as co-chair of the board of directors. Longtime president David Stivers takes over as CEO, effective today.